What's going on, everybody? RJ Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com, where I talk and cover the Dallas Cowboys. And here on my personal YouTube channel, talk and cover golf. I write about golf for SB Nation as well, but obviously these golf discussions, whatever you want to call them, don't necessarily make sense on our Blog and the Boys YouTube channel. So for any of my Dallas Cowboys coverage, as I've said, you can always check that out. But here on my personal YouTube channel, it's kind of a mixed bag. But as of lately and for the foreseeable future, that bag will feature a lot of golf. Have had some fun interviews with some various people ahead of the American Century Championship. I had a fun little putting challenge that I was working on. And today I have something very fun for you. Tales from my experience to Cliffhangers. Cliffhangers, for anyone who's unaware, is the new par 3 course at Big Cedar Golf near Branson, Missouri. Everybody knows Big Cedar Golf. Everybody knows Paynes Valley and Buffalo Ridge and Ozarks. I mean, it is world-class golf, world-class everything. I mean, it's just an amazing property, amazing family venue, amazing individual venue. You can do all sorts of things at Big Cedar Lodge, and obviously you can play all sorts of golf. And starting on the 4th of July, Big Cedar Golf has a brand new course available for play called Cliffhangers. It is a par 3 course, and it is incredible. It is astounding. It is stunning in every single way. Now, I had a chance to visit Cliffhangers late last week, kind of the middle of June, if anybody's watching this after the fact, and got to check out the property, got to play the course, and then had Johnny Morris and JP Morris bring myself and some other people, some other members of the media, local people around the course, introduce us to different elements, tell us what they were thinking in terms of the design, the ambition, et cetera, et cetera. And I've prepared a slideshow of sorts for you here today. And I've also written about my experience at Cliffhangers, and that is in the description down below, the link to it. I've also been posting all over social media. There are so many holes here. It is an 18-hole par 3 course that just stick out, that are memorable, that are fun and challenging and fair and demanding and memorable and iconic. All of these things all at once. It's as if they borrowed from all of the elements and all of the aspects that make Big Cedar Golf across its entire array of properties special. And so I'm excited to get to it. So let's take a look. What you're looking at here is a look at kind of one of my favorite parts of the property. This does overlap a bit with Paynes Valley. You can get a bison dog down there, as you can see. And again, this is in the middle of the Ozarks. And so you really, when I played this course, I felt like I was on a planet all by myself. I felt like, I should not have been there. It was a strange feeling. It was perfect. I felt like I had slipped away from the rest of the world. I didn't see a single person. I didn't see a single car. It really felt like I had just discovered this unknown, uncharted land. And I think that these photos really do that justice. And now here you can see, obviously that's me on the tee box over there on the right. And obviously there are some cliffs. That's why it's called Cliffhangers. And there are all sorts of, I don't even want to call them hazards, but you have water, you have bunkers. In fact, one of the holes is even called bunkers. One of the holes throughout the cart path, or through the cart path, I should say, you cross through a bunker, and that's what makes this course fun and sort of amusement parky. Is these things are all elements of nature, and these things are all hazardous elements that we encounter on natural golf courses. Obviously this is a natural golf course, but you get my point. We encounter them in places that aren't Cliffhangers, and they have sort of woven those elements together. They have taken hazards or traps or water, whatever it is, and woven it into the cart path, woven it into the process in which you're kind of creating your shot that you're trying to play. There are multiple tee boxes on several of the holes, and you're tasked with playing both of them and playing the ball that obviously you prefer, giving you several options. It is quite the creativity inducing sort of course. Now the first hole, which you can see me in the picture in obviously on the right side there, is incredibly unique. In all golf, I've never seen anything like this. You hit your putter. That's it. You can see I'm holding a TaylorMade Spider in this picture here. It is only a putt driven. It's not a putt course, not a mini putt course. It is a steep hill, and you got to hit about a 50-foot putt, and that's the way the course was designed. It was designed to kind of invite these, imagination induced shots, imaginative sort of ideas that can unfold only in a place like Cliffhangers. It is truly one of one. This is maybe my favorite hole of what I saw on the property. This is number two. This is Cascades. I'm standing on the tee box, and you can see there is, again, I don't know that a waterfall, the term waterfall does this justice. You can see the green off in the distance here. I hit a sand wedge and stuck it to about 25 feet. It was an event, and you can see the sun's kind of setting. It's just a beautiful setting here. I mean, again, you're in the middle of the Ozarks. You're in the middle of just this incredible piece of land. What Johnny Morris and JP Morris have done with the property at large is really impressive. That goes without saying, but they have again amplified all those things relative to golf with this new project in Cliffhangers. Now you can see the cart path over to the left, and you can see the waterfall where it begins on the left side, a bit elevated. You do drive through. You literally drive through water that is coming down the waterfall. It is remarkable. It is one of the most unique places. Forget golf, one of the most unique pieces of land that I have ever set foot on. And it does feel like an amusement park. It feels like you're at Disney World, and it feels like you are, again, in a standard ride, you're in a cart or a tram or whatever, and you're moving through. This feels like you've gone beyond that. This feels like you are literally immersed. You are literally a part of the attraction. You are a part of the ride. And so in the Disney World sense, to have Walt there in Johnny Morris and JP Morris to tell us how they envisioned this, how they wanted it to feel like you were a part of the nature at large, really was quite the experience for me. And I'm incredibly grateful to have been a part of it. I mean, how do you beat this? Like how can you possibly feel anything but joy and appreciation for life? I felt in traversing the course and in walking it and driving it and being in the waterfalls and being in the bunkers and hitting my tee shots. I felt both incredibly small, because you can feel so small in the big world in these moments, but I felt big. I felt big, because I felt like I was the only person there. It had this kind of larger than life moment that married so well with feeling so tiny in this big space that is our planet, that is our life. And I just, my heart was so full of joy, and I can't imagine that anybody would step on these tee boxes and feel anything other than this, because these views are spectacular in every single way. And again, it's not just water. There are bunkers, and they are strategically placed, because this is a world-class golf course. It's a par three course, but it demands that you play it well. There are slopes that you can play into, and you can manipulate your shots, as I was saying, but you do have to avoid these bunkers. While it is beautiful and stunning and charming and amazing and quite the thrill, it is a thrill in that it will punish you if you do not play good golf. You have to have your A game, which is why you're having the time of your life, but you're also being asked to hit these remarkable golf shots, relatively speaking, of course. We all know that we're not professionals playing this place, but it asks you to be precise. It asks you to be legit off the tee. You have to find a way to get on the green. And even when you do, these greens are wicked. These greens are not for the faint of heart. These greens will punish you as well. And you obviously have to be prepared for a serious golf challenge. Now, what you're looking at here on the left is the tee box that you can kind of see on the right. At the top of the hill, this is Lion's Den. This is arguably the most signature hole that you can offer. You may have seen this on social media. I posted a clip about it myself. Again, the hole is called Lion's Den. And as you enter this cave, because that's what the tee box is, it is a cave that is underneath a waterfall. There's a sign that has the name of the hole, says Lion's Den. And it literally tells you that during the construction of Payne's Valley, which we all know and love, it's at the top of everybody's golf bucket list, there was a mountain lion that was spotted in this spot, a natural mountain lion. And so you're literally in the lion's den, and that just kind of adds to the experience, adds to the ambiance, adds to the intensity of you drive, you literally take your golf cart, you drive through this cave, and you walk out, and this is your scene. This is what you see. This is your tee shot. The water is falling. They don't pause the water or anything like that. You've got to hit it through the waterfall. And then you can see on the right side here, that's where it comes down. And you obviously come down the hill in your cart, and you cross yet another waterfall. Again, your mind is sort of racing, and the neurons in your brains are firing with waterfalls and sand and elevation changes and the sun setting, and trying to remember what club you hit, and trying to remember, how to play golf, how to live life, how to drive the cart. It is just kind of this this smorgasbord of emotion happening in the very best possible combination. But this hole is really one that I think a lot of people are going to walk away from the experience and really remember. They're all quite memorable, to be honest with you, but every fantastic golf course in the world has those moments that we remember more vividly. And I think that Lions Den at Cliffhangers is going to be one of those for you. As we move on, this was when the sun was really starting to set here, and I just loved this view. I was on this trip, and I thought about my wife, and I thought about my son. And again, I mean, think about standing in this spot. You're not attached to reality anymore. You're just in the moment, and you're just kind of living in your own thoughts and your own heart, and your own mind, your own soul. And it really kind of invited those feelings for me. And I think that if you have the opportunity to get out to Big Cedar Lodge for a vacation or whatever the case may be, and you get out to Big Cedar Golf, you want to play Paynes Valley, you want to play Buffalo Ridge, I certainly am not going to stop you in that sense, because those experiences will change your life as well. But if you're going to play Cliffhangers, I promise you're going to feel these same sets of emotions. Now, this is amazing to me. This is, let's move forward here. This is the tee box at 18, and I will go back in a second. You can see this is the Intimidator. We've obviously got, a lot happening here. That is, it's called Cliffhangers, right? Like that's the name of the course. And when you finish this hole, and it's a challenging hole, as you can see, there's a number of bunkers. There's the 19th hole from Paynes Valley is over to the left side here, left of, off of a cliff, obviously, left of the post. You are just kind of experiencing the climax of what Big Cedar Golf is here. You're experiencing it all in one place, all in one meeting sector of the property here. But when you finish hole 18, when you finish Intimidator, you go through that cave there on the right, you drive through, and then you have to crisscross upwardly to get up the cliff. You have to go, I mean, it takes about 15 minutes in a golf cart. You obviously have to move slow, you got to be careful, you got to drive, and you're just kind of looking over what you did, and you're saying, I can't believe I got to do this, I can't believe I got to experience this, I can't believe what it was. And you pass all sorts of natural elements, you pass this waterfall, and you can see here, this is Paynes Valley Cliffhanger Trail. You can see it up top in the first photo, and it's in the middle, all these sounds of waterfalls. You're not hearing sounds of cars on the highway or anything like that. You're just hearing sounds of waterfalls and natural habitats, and it is intoxicating in a lot of ways. So this is just the perfect way to finish what is one of the more memorable and epic rounds of golf that you'll ever play. And when you get to the top, this is the view. I mean, this is the view from the top of that cliff. This is the view. You look out and you see everything that you did, everything you experienced, everything you went through what is just a seemingly innocuous round of golf. It really is an experience that you remember for the rest of your life. At least that's the way that I'm going to look back on it. And I'm very grateful to the people at Big Cedar Golf who offered me the opportunity to get out and to check it out and to hopefully tell a bit of a story about what kind of experience you can have if you make it on out to Cliffhangers, which again opens on the 4th of July, appropriately, because I mean, it's fireworks, it's red, white, and blue. It's amazing. And I promise you, I guarantee you that if you make it out to Cliffhangers at some point in your life, you will be glad that you did. It might be the ultimate par 3 course, not just in the United States, but in the world. I cannot think of a single, forget par 3. It is one of the golf experiences. If you love golf, if you do have a list, if you have a bucket list, you have a trip list, whatever you want to go out, obviously you can go to Big City, you can play a bunch of courses, you can stay there for a week, you can do all of them, etc. But you have to do Cliffhangers. And if you do, I promise you, you will not regret it. Cliffhangers at Big Cedar Golf opens on the 4th of July. I hope you do make it out. And if you do, let me know. Come back to this video, leave a comment. You can hit me up on social media. I'm at RJ Ochoa on most platforms. But thanks so much for checking out my review of Cliffhangers, and we'll see you